I'm going to first hit record and then admit them. And then I think we had Catherine. Do you want to introduce yourself real quick? And then Julie?
Sure. Great. Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me today. My company is called Health Advocates, and we use genetic testing to design a personalized lifestyle approach for anyone dealing with a chronic condition, as well as all types of counseling and nutritional and fitness activities. And one of my really highlight feature products right now is something called the Wave Watch, and that is using sound therapy to promote healing in your body from a natural perspective. It is extraordinary. So definitely reach out to me if you'd like to learn more about that.
All right. Very good. Excellent. All right. So we've had more people jump on. There are a couple people in the waiting room, but so we've got about 1 more minute for introductions. Okay, Julie, I think you were next.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really cool, Catherine, what you're just talking about. Hi, I'm Julie. I'm a certified peer support specialist in my community and working with that, as well as a stability leader for the Stability Network. And I'm just working in my community. And through quarantine, I've just been working with Hey Peers, virtually facilitating peer support groups. So,
All right. Excellent. Well, I'm glad you're here. Now, where are you in Philadelphia?
yes, I live in.
Oh, excellent. How did you hear about the Well Women workshop?
So I basically troll Eventbrite for anything like wellness, like mental health, anything. So that's how I found you guys.
Yay, excellent. I'm so glad you're joining us. Welcome, welcome.
Thank
All right,
you.
we're going to go with Gail and then Natalie, and then we're going to jump into our content. Gail, welcome.
You know I am technology challenged. Hi, I'm Gail, and I heard about, hey, Janine, and I heard about you through Facebook. And I'm
Excellent.
kind of retired, but still in the back of my mind thinking, okay, I know I still have some work to do. I just haven't figured it out. I'm just being still right now.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm so glad you joined us. Gail is a former board member of Gateway of Hope. And Gail, Janine, and I worked together years ago at Community Link. So it is good to link back up with both of you today. I'm so glad you're here at Well Women Wednesday. Okay, Natalie, if you want to unmute yourself and introduce yourself, and then we're going to jump into our content.
Hi, ladies. I'm Natalie Griffin, and I am, oh my goodness, I don't know, I'm just a connector. So I'll just say I'm just a connector. Currently, I facilitate communication seminars contracted through SkillPath. So, of course, we don't travel, we do everything via Zoom. I also have the privilege of consulting companies with building their, businesses and improving their business concepts, communication. One of the fun things though that I'm working on, and it sounds like I have some interesting ladies here, is just really connecting the community through communication and conversations. What that looks like is just having conversations on a podcast and just revealing, uncovering things that people may not be aware of, that are available to them, things that they can do, especially during this, time. So we've connected businesses, we've connected individuals through having these conversations. So if you know of anyone that would be a great person to have a conversation with, please do let me know.
All right. So, part of Well Women Wednesday, and I want to welcome all of you to Well Women Wednesday. It's a first series for the month of January. Every Wednesday, we'll be here on Zoom to talk about women's mental health. And I have some specific information for you. But if you want to connect with each other, be sure to put your information in the chat. You can do that privately to the person with whom you want to connect, or you can do it to everyone. And I think that is a good thing for us to connect with one another. And so I welcome that. I support it. We're going to be doing more of that in terms of breakouts in the next few um, workshops, but today we are going to jump into the content. So I'm about to share my screen, and Miss Gail will see how well I do with with this technology, because I am often challenged myself. I think most of us are. Most of us are. All right. So Well Women Wednesday, every January in 2021. It'll just be 30 minutes. And today, and probably for the next few weeks, we're going to talk about setting your intention in 2021. Setting your intention. So a couple of things before we jump in case you didn't know, Gateway of Hope is a nonprofit women's counseling and life coaching center. We're located in the Midwest in Olathe, Kansas. And but with video and teletherapy, we can do life coaching with people throughout the country, throughout the world, quite frankly. And our mission is to lead women to discover hope, pursue healing, and live in wholeness through counseling, coaching, and support groups. So I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to begin 2021 with this series, as well as to share with you our Lifeline to Hope life coaching series. It actually starts in February, but we will have a free informational Zoom session on January the 27th. That is a Wednesday evening from 7:30 to 9 p.m. The idea is that you put the kiddos to bed and you have unencumbered time for yourself. So there'll be more information coming about that, but I did want to share that with you. And plus, I want you to, if you're interested, to connect with us on social media. The primary ways that I am promoting the Wednesday, Well Women Wednesday, is through Facebook and LinkedIn. So if you like what you see, tell your friends to go to our Facebook page or go to our LinkedIn page, and you'll see it there. A couple of disclaimers and ground rules. This is not counseling, although there are some elements of counseling psychology. So I always say, take what you need and leave the rest. So if you disagree with me, that's fine. But I know that the Holy Spirit has something for you today because you are here. So again, take what you need and leave the rest. If for some reason you are triggered by some of the discussion that we have today or in future workshops, get some help. Call 911. Call the suicide prevention hotline. That's a good number for you to have in your phone anyway, because you may encounter somebody who is struggling. A lot of people are struggling due to the pandemic. And so that is a good number for you to have on hand in the event that you run into a coworker, a friend. It could be somebody at the grocery store who shares that with you. If of course, if it doesn't rise to that level, but you feel like I need more one-on-one help, find a counselor, a life coach. There are plenty of them out there, good ones. And certainly we would love to help you here at Gateway of Hope. But if you don't come here, go somewhere, because counseling and coaching can help. It can help you. All right. The session is being recorded and it'll be available on our YouTube channel. So if you have a friend who wanted to see this, but didn't get a chance to jump on, let them know. Go to our YouTube channel, look for our logo, because there are several ministries that have a similar name, and look for our logo. And certainly, where did it go backwards? Certainly you can review this. Okay, so are we on time? Pretty much on time. Okay. So I'm going to stop sharing now and talk to you. If you don't have a pen and a piece of paper, I would recommend that you get it. Okay. Because again, this is a Christ-centered conversation. The Lord, Holy Spirit is always trying to teach us something. And I believe he has something for you today. So my financial advisor told me several years ago, gave me this quote, and I've never forgotten it. He says, Dacia, you have to tell your money where to go. You have to give your money instructions before you get paid, so that when you get paid, you can tell your money where to go. Go to KCP&L or Evergy, go to MGE, no, okay, I misspoke. Go to God, go to Dacia Savings, go to My Allowance, and then MGE, Evergy, and then all those other people, with the idea, of course, to live below your means. Easier said than done. Psychologically, we have to do the same thing. We have to set our intention and tell our minds in which direction that we're going. Now, you probably remember that song, I Am Who You Say I Am, right? Remember that song from last year that was a very popular Christian song? You are for me, not against me. I am who you say I am. I am chosen, not forsaken. I am who you say I am. Powerful words, true words, and words that you, when you're singing that song, believe. But when the song is over, in the quietness of your own mind, do you believe it? See, as women, we often are so good at taking care of everybody else. But when it comes to ourselves, we are critical, we are self-condemning, we think more about what's wrong, what's missing, than about our strengths. John Maxwell, one of the leaders in management and leadership coaching for executives, says it is much more productive to work on your strengths than to try to strengthen your weaknesses. Let me say that again. It's more productive to strengthen your strengths than to try to strengthen your weaknesses. Okay, that's why we need a team of people around us. Girlfriends, guy friends, Christians who can supplement and make up for the things that we don't do well. And it's okay to have a team of people. So with this idea of setting your intention, I've got some ideas. I've got one really good idea that I have been working on myself. And in the last year or so, it has changed my life. It has changed my life. Many things have helped me, and many people have helped me. I call it the I will, I am declarations. So I want you to write that down. I will / I am declarations. So you may be in the habit of journaling. Journaling is a good thing, and especially when you write it on paper. A lot of our younger generation journals in their phone, and that's fine. At least you're journaling, but there's different energy when you write it on paper. So my thought to you, my suggestion to you, your homework for this Well Women Wednesday, and we're going to get into it in just a few minutes, is for you to create a group of I will, I am statements about yourself. And in the quiet of your meditation time in the mornings, hopefully every morning, taking 10 minutes to sit and think and set your intention with prayer and meditation, Bible reading, if you're able to, and then declaring, these are declarations, I am and I will. And we write the same declarations every day. Because what happens over time is that even though you may not feel like I am strong, or I am confident, or I am fierce, whatever, even though you may not feel like it, by writing that down every day, guess what that instruction is doing to your mind. It is moving you in that direction. Now, you probably thought, or you may have thought in terms of this idea of setting your intention, oh, she's talking about goal planning. She's talking about objectives and strategy, which is fine. Goal planning is a good thing. We should do more of it. We spend more time planning our vacation than we do planning our life. We spend more time planning for our children to get ready to go back to school than we do on deciding who am I and where am I going. See, the Lord has a plan for you. Now, part of it might be mom, wife, daughter, grandmother, but in you, there is a plan because you are here and he has work for you to do because you are still here. So what these intentions end up doing is strengthening your inner core. Because raise your hand if you know that we have an enemy. Okay. And I have learned the ways that the enemy attacks me: depression, discouragement, discontent, regret. There's several more D's that I can't think of right now, but I finally recognized that those are my Achilles heels. So I have to fight intentionally, and you have to fight intentionally against it. So if you don't, what happens is that we just we're at the mercy of our emotions. Now, if you know me, I'm a licensed professional counselor, so I've had a lot of counseling, because when you're in counseling school to become a counselor, you're working on yourself. So I've had years of counseling. I'm a licensed professional counselor. I'm also executive director of Gateway of Hope. And my mission and my ministry is to strengthen women. That is what the Lord has called me to do. So guess what that means? I go through a lot of tests, because I can't teach you to be strong if I haven't gone through it. I'm not that kind of leader. So I am speaking from experience. And I also know that because you are now maybe being reminded of this, or starting this habit, this new habit, which is a daily habit that I encourage you to start today, which we're going to start in just a minute, you will have opposition. That is the nature of this life. You will have opposition. So don't be surprised. James says, don't be surprised when you face various trials, because the testing of your faith worketh patience and endurance. And some of us get tested more severely than others. And I don't have an answer for that. But I can tell you that victory is yours. I do know that because of who is with you. So let me share with you some ideas on, and give you an example of this. These are my I am, I will statements. And I want you to think about and write down your I am, I will statements if you're triggered by or get an idea by something that I say. Every morning, I remind myself, I am blessed. I am grateful. I will adapt. I will adjust. That is usually at the top of my journal, or it's second. The first thing at the top of my journal generally is something my pastor has shared with me. God is fighting for me. God is fighting with me. He will give me the victory. That is what I embrace because of the journey that I've been on. And you have your own journey. So you have your own words that will be meaningful to you. But I encourage you to adapt to this one. I didn't come up with this myself. I went to a workshop and a young lady shared it and I thought, ooh, I like that. ladies, we often get discouraged because we look at what's missing. I am blessed reminds us that it could be so much worse. I am grateful reminds us to look at what we have and honor it and be grateful for it. I will adapt and adjust. Girl, you've been doing that all in 2020. So you know you got that one, right? You know you have that one. So own it. I will adapt and adjust, because no matter what comes in front of you, what is put in front of you, you will adapt and adjust. So now I want you to come up with your own phrases. I'm going to give you about a minute because we're running a little bit behind. I may give you 2 minutes if you don't mind us going over the 12:30 time. And if you need to jump off, I understand. But here are some words that might be helpful to you. Strong. I am strong, or I will be strong. I am confident. I am competent. I am resilient. Those might be some good words. I am fearless. Now, I have a program that I'm going to be doing later called Becoming a Fearless Woman. And fearlessness does not mean you don't feel fear. Fearlessness means that in spite of the fear, you walk with courage. Okay, and so that is wonderful. Here are some other words for you. Tough-minded. And let me just say one thing about this, and then you can read these words, and I want to circle back and see. You can unmute yourself and share, or you can put in the chat. I would love to do a whole series on, or a whole 30 minutes on tough-mindedness, because I find that women, because of our sensitivity and because of our relational nature, we often get hurt and are touchy and get easily offended by those who are in our circle. And we have to learn how to let those offenses roll off like water off a duck's back. So one of the things I do say, and I put in my journal every morning, is I will not be easily offended, because I'm a sensitive soul. So I feel things, I'm very empathetic, and you may have the same blessing. I think it's a blessing to be empathetic, but what that also means is we get our feelings hurt because we can sense when somebody's rejecting us or when somebody is judging us. So tough-mindedness doesn't mean that you don't feel. Really what it means is that you recover well. You recover well. And that is a good skill for a warrior like yourself, a Christian warrior like yourself to have. Okay. So I'd love to hear from you. And if you want to put it in the chat, or if you want to mute yourself, let me stop the share, and that way we can see each other. Thoughts, or what words, and this is asking you to be a little bit, to be transparent, because your words generally are connected to something that you want to improve or strengthen. But all of us are on a journey to becoming better. We're not who we used to be, but we're not who we're going to be. So it's okay, and you are among sisters and among friends. Does anybody want to share? All right, Liz, I saw Liz, Julie, and then Gail.
Okay, this is so timely, but you're always so timely. Earlier in the summer, I sat in a surgeon's room, and my husband asked the surgeon, why does my wife have to be the one that keeps going through this? Because I have a lot of health things, you know, that I was just born into, just totally unavoidable. And the surgeon looked at my husband and said, because she can. Mm-hmm. And I told my husband, I was built for this, From the day I was born, I know that God has rescued me over and over and over again. I am a soldier. I'm a survivor, but I'm not just a survivor. I'm a survivor who has learned to be a thriver while surviving. And God has used all of that to also make me an encourager, and I am an encourager. But all summer I've been thinking that, wow, God, you built me to battle, and now you're in a time where you're giving me that time to, shore up, build that spiritual core again to battle some more. So it's very timely.
Yay, yay. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for that. Julie, and then Gail.
Okay, so actually, kind of piggybacking off of what Liz said, what is that saying? It's like God does not put you down rough paths if He doesn't give you strong shoes. Is that it? Something like that?
I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah, or
They-
like equip you. Well, it's probably something my mom told me,
Okay.
off the cuff. But I lived with that because, like Liz, we're all given struggles throughout the day, throughout the years, whatever, but for a reason, whether to overcome or to empower. So for me, I said I am vibrant. I am a warrior. I'm resilient. I will stand up and I will serve. Those are mine.
That's
And
wonderful.
stand up whether for myself or for others.
Yeah.
Kind of goes both ways.
Yeah, I like that. Thank you. Gail.
Okay, I chose 3. The first one is tough mindedness because I am, as you say, blessed with being very intuitive, and so you get your feelings hurt.
Mhm.
And so I will say that during this pandemic, because you can't take off and go shopping or take off and do this, you got to deal with it. So I have learned to be patient and not trip so much because it's not always about me. The other thing is being fearless. I have a very close family member who is dealing with brain cancer.
Mm.
And it's very scary. But at the same time, it's like, okay, this is what we have to do and just keep going, and let Him guide me accordingly. The other thing is resilient. And so if I get whacked, I'm going to keep getting back up,
Yeah.
and not give up. You never, ever give up because you already know that He's going to take care of you because He's been taking care of me for almost 70 years.
Yeah.
And I just revealed my age. Yeah, I'm old. But anyway,
We
I
would have
just lied.
never known.
You would never know. I just should
And
shut
you
up,
look
right?
great. You look good.
Oh, okay, gee.
Well, listen, our time is up. You know that these 30 minutes are going to go by quickly. Today was just the opener. We're going to get back together next Wednesday, same time. Try to get here right at 12 or even a little bit before. Next week, we're going to do more sharing. So your practice work between now and next week is to put these I will statements in your journal, to start journaling every day. I am a child of God. I am free. I am grateful, whatever. I will be tough-minded. I will easily forgive. I will be resilient. Whoever and whatever the Lord puts in your spirit, to begin to really rehearse that, put it in your journal and just reflect on it and rehearse it as often as you choose to throughout the day. And next week, we're going to reconvene, same time, same bat station. And it's going to be a discussion. It's going to be a guided discussion. I'll open it up. I want to hear more of what your I am statements are. And if it's a small group like this, we'll continue with just the general discussion. If it's a larger group, we may break out into breakout rooms and then come back. But we're gonna be a community, and we're gonna hear from each other next week. And if you have any stories of that you want to bring those as well. Okay? Questions, preguntas. I'm taking Spanish. My Spanish
Huh?
teacher was on, but she hopped off. Hopefully she'll come back next week.
Mhm.
Preguntas. See?
Thank you so much. This has
Thank
been
Thank you. This
All
was
right,
great,
ladies.
Stacia.
Have a great day, a great week, and I'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.